I've read around 100 books on self-improvement, and I can tell you at a certain point you're just wasting your time because they all boil down to the exact same ideas. So in this video, I'm going to share what I believe are the 3 most valuable ones so you don't have to waste your time any second longer. Hello, I'm David and welcome to my YouTube channel. Idea number 1. Okay, at first, I will not give you a sketchy promise here like the magic pill or the true secret, You will get the plain truth here. And the plain truth is, one of the most defining factors of achieving your goals is your work ethic. There is no magic pill or magic exercise that will outweigh the importance of discipline. So, whoever is telling you something else or promises you an easy fix for your problems is just lying to you. That's how it is. But don't get me wrong, there are tools which can be massively impacting any area of your life. But without action, every philosophy and every tool is wasted. So when you don't apply what you read or hear, it is just consumption. And fair enough, you cannot apply everything. But the point I'm trying to make is when you get on your path and when you get into action, a lot of questions you had to begin with are going to answer them automatically. Which brings me to idea number 1. Clarity comes through action. Phil Stutz, author of The Tools, defined the 3 truths of reality nobody gets to avoid. This is pain, uncertainty, and constant work. So whatever you do, you will never get relieved of them. Meaning, there is no perfect time to start. It will never come. You will never feel ready, but you can learn while doing. What I do, I commit to an easy principle called CCIA, consistent, committed, imperfect action. It is consistency what it takes for everything that is worthwhile. Nothing that has any value can be achieved quickly. So consistency and patience are fundamental truths and principles in our reality. Committed means you are committing to a certain path. You're bundling your focus and your energy towards a certain direction every single day. That's how you get progress. Otherwise, it is just motion. So let me use a gym analogy here. When you are working out with a proper trainings plan, you are going to see the results. If you go into the gym and freestyle it and think today I'll do a little bit of arms, tomorrow I'll do a little bit of stretching, day after I play a little bit of tennis, you will not see results in any of these areas. Because your energy is just directed in too many different areas. So still, motion is better than doing nothing. But if you truly want results, you have to commit. Especially the imperfect has been very important to me because perfectionism is my way of self-sabotaging. It's maybe a little bit more elaborate way of self-sabotaging, but it's self-sabotage nonetheless. So at a certain point, you just have to tell yourself, stop avoiding the things you're called to do and get after it, because nothing beats experience. And numerous studies have shown that the best quality is reached through quantity, meaning through practice and experience. Lastly, we have action. As mentioned before, quantity leads to quality, and the history proves it. Whenever a great masterpiece has changed the course of history, it was produced by its creator in their most productive phases. I'm speaking of people like Da Vinci, of Shakespeare, of Goethe, Beethoven, Picasso, Mozart, and so many more. Or like the great inventor Edison said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Idea number 2. Here's a story from Dr. Maxwell Maltz from his book Psychocybernetics. Dr. Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon and noticed something strange. After surgery, most of his patients were transformed. They radiated confidence, but there were others who, despite their scars have been removed, still felt ugly and unworthy. Why? Because the outer transformation didn't touch their inner self-image. Maltz discovered that your self-image isn't just a reflection in the mirror. It's what you tell yourself about who you are. For some, even perfect physical results couldn't change their internal belief that they were not enough. Until they changed their self-image, their life stayed the same. Which brings me to the reveal of the idea. Everything happens from an identity level. Here's the harsh truth. Most people will never achieve their goals. Why? Because they go about it all wrong. Okay, let me show you something. They focus on what they want to have, Then they force themselves to act a certain way to then eventually try to become the person they want to be. And that's why they fail, because it is the backwards way. You have heard this before. I'll be happy once I lose some weight. I'll feel successful when I'm rich. So they jump to the doing, dieting, working long hours, and force themselves into uncomfortable actions, but that doesn't stick, because deep down they're still the same person. So here's the point. True change starts with your beliefs about yourself. If you can embody the person of a healthy, successful, and disciplined person, your actions will flow naturally and your results will follow effortlessly. Change who you are and everything else will fall into place. And here's how. First, define your desired identity. You might have to do some work here. Create a vision for yourself. Reframe old beliefs or align the story of your past with your highest self. Second step, reinforce it with small, consistent actions. CCIA, remember? And third step, visualize yourself as that person daily. True transformation is not about forcing behavior, but about aligning it with a new identity. Start at the core, and the rest will follow. Okay, last but not least, idea number 3. Quick personal story. I grew up without a dad and I basically resented him all my life. Until I walked the Camino Santiago, which is a very ancient walking path. I decided afterwards to reach out to him. And that was one of the best things I could have done, because nowadays we have a very healthy relationship and it's very nice to have this relationship. And what I realized is I had been walking with a backpack of resentment all my life. And that just made everything so heavy and much harder. So with letting go of this resentment and forgiving, I freed myself and became so much lighter. So this is idea number 3. Letting go is your superpower. The probably biggest achievement on your way to your goal is getting out of your own way. This sets the difference between an amateur and a pro. And by the way, in any area of your life. Success, relationships, and even health. But David, what should I let go of? Self-limiting beliefs, for example. Those will lead to arrogance or anger or grief. Or you could start letting go of resentment towards other people, or focus on forgiving other people and especially forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you made a mistake, just get up and try it better next time. We're all just humans. So why is it helping to let go of these low emotions? Because it automatically lifts your vibe, your energy, your frequency. This is the scale from Dr. David R. Hawkins, the scale of consciousness. And this scale can help you to understand your life a lot better. Let's stick with the example of resentment. That would be the level of anger. My anger had been accumulated not only towards my dad, but towards many other people during that time of my life. So my predominant emotional state was hate. I was in a constant process of aggression and I was having a victim's mentality, thinking life is against me. And even though anger feels like a fueling energy sometimes, it actually brings you in a state of hyperactivity, which will burn you out eventually. So when you are in those low levels, you feel a force constantly dragging you down. This is your true problem. By letting go of these low emotions, you automatically lift your vibe, which will lead you to get in your own power. Your vibe, your energy determines everything. So now we're going into a practical exercise how you can automatically lift your vibe. It's called the Grateful Heart, and it's from Dr. Phil Stutz, a very well-respected psychiatrist in Hollywood. And the great thing about this exercise, it just takes 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute max. So close your eyes. And now imagine 3 things that you are grateful for. Really think about small things. You know, it should be a creative exercise. The smaller it is, the better. Something like tap water. And when you're done with thinking about those things you're grateful for, when you finish with listing them, you just sit in this feeling of gratitude and you let it fill your heart. This exercise automatically lifts your vibe because next to gratitude, no negative emotion can survive. Gratitude is really more like another sense rather than a mere emotion. And if you would like to have some help on raising your vibe or creating a new identity, you can always reach out. We could schedule a free call where we can see if I could actually help you. Aside from that, I hope you liked this video. I will link a video here where I speak about my time living in a forest for 100 days, almost 100 days. And aside from that, thank you very much and goodbye.